continue in the cycle of birth and death. Purport. The three curses mentioned above are sufficient to make one as dull as stone. The void of spiritual knowledge, the preoccupied with materialistic education, and which is nescience. And after uttering these curses, Nandishwara then called the Brahmanas to continue the cycle of birth and death because of their supporting Daksha in blaspheming Lord Shiva. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Shta He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Sri Gurun Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna, welcome everybody for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Canto 4, Chapter 2, text number 23 and 24. So, in these words, the curses of Nandishwara are explained. So Nandishwara becomes actually very much upset with Daksha, and more than that, he becomes upset with the Brahmana sitting there and watching Daksha and witnessing Daksha blaspheme Lord Shiva without any conscience. Basically, Lord Shiva is the supreme father of the material world. So Krishna is the supreme father of the souls, the spirit soul. But Lord Shiva is the supreme father in this material world because Durga Devi is the universal mother of material energy. So the material bodies that we get are originating from Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. So, and this human form of life is an opportunity for us to revive our spiritual swarupa and get out of this material existence. So, in one way, they are like our parents. Okay, what does our parents do? Our parents give us material body and then nourish our material body, and then give the education while we are in the material body, so that we I'm sorry, the laptop is installing some updates, so I have to join on my phone and this phone is installing. Hare Krishna. So, Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati are the universal mother and father of every living entity who give us material body. Just the way our parents give material body, and they nourish it, and they give us the education, both spiritual and material education, so that Shanti, can you close it? So that we do well in this material world, and after the end of this material world, we go back to Godhead. So basically, even materialistic education is also has importance, because unless we are materially educated how to deal with matter and how to deal with materialistic dealings, then there is a good chance that uh, there is a good chance that our spiritual life will become more and more difficult. Basically, as long as we are in this material world, one should take very good care of this body, so that it will be used effectively in the process of self-realization. And also the materialistic relations, and like now it's not say materialistic relations, that's why they call socialistic relations, okay, or family relation and the relation to society, and all, they have their own place in uh, giving us the spiritual or in helping us the self to attain the self realization. So because if you see the koshas, Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, all these koshas, among them, Annamaya kosha is the basis. Basic means foundation. As long as Annamaya kosha is fully satisfied, then only that person will look after the higher pleasures. So that's why, like when it is said that a hungry person cannot focus, will not be able to do meditation, or will not be able to do perform bhakti, because his focus will be more on bodily platform. So to come out of the bodily platform, one should have the at least initial support of mental existence. So, but Lord Shiva, on the other hand, he's the master in the he's the supreme deity of this material existence, but still his way of living, his way of life is totally different. And if you see their family, if you see the way Lord Shiva lives, uh, he's he is very exemplary. So it is said that Lord Shiva doesn't even own a horse. He lives underneath the tree, and he maintains the family underneath the tree. See that, like for example, like now especially when wife and husband is there, unless they have privacy, they cannot be intimate also. Or but Lord Shiva disregards that. Lord Shiva doesn't even care for house also, because he knows that the purpose of existence in this middle world is the self-realization. Of course, he's the supreme personality of Godhead, but why he does and what he does is to set an example for the conditioned souls like us how to live in this middle world. If you see the family of Lord Shiva, not Lord Shiva marrying Mother Sati, but if you see the family of Lord Shiva with his with his wife Mother Parvati, after Sati, in the next life, Mother Sati becomes reincarnation, takes rebirth as Mother Parvati. In that life, Parvati and Lord Shiva are wife and husband. And if you see, it is said that one time, they both are living underneath the trees, and the Parvati is the daughter of Shaila. Means Shaila means that the Himalayan. I don't exactly remember his name. The king of the Himalayas. Okay, and she was married to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva stays, continued his residence in the same place where he used to be in Kailasha under the tree. And Mother Parvati was faithfully serving him. And Mother Parvati is considered to be the foremost among all the chaste ladies. So Pativrata Shiromani. So she's the foremost in this material world. So she she takes care of all the necessities of the Lord Shiva, how Lord Shiva wanted everything to be, and she doesn't care what Lord Shiva is providing her. Basically, Lord Shiva doesn't provide anything materialistic as a family. Okay, she only concerned about his spiritual well-being and his material comforts. And on the other hand, Lord Shiva automatically gives protection and then nice service and devotion to awards devotion to and means he instructs he takes up the role of a guru, takes up the role of a protector. Not that's what a pati or a bharta is actually means. Somebody, the literal meaning of bharta means somebody who actually bears the burden, takes up the burden. So, in one sense, Krishna is the ultimate. He said that in the Upanishads. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam ego bahunam yo vidati kama. Means among all the eternals, he is the foremost eternal. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam. Among all conscious beings, he is the foremost conscious being. But ego bahunam. But can we say, oh, we are also spirit soul. Krishna is also spirit soul. We are also eternal. Krishna is also eternal. But can we say we and Krishna are the same? No. He said that ego bahunam yo vidati kaman. This one person will fulfill the desires of everybody. Everybody in the material world, everybody in the spiritual world. This one person, so that is the difference between the jivas and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the same way, Lord Shiva also, he fulfills the role of husband to Mother Parvati, and by giving her spiritual instructions and by giving her protection, physical, emotional, all those things, and see to that she is happy. And there, the love, the devotion, both Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva shows to each other is exemplary to every living entity. And their role, their way of reciprocating is actually in the spiritual platform. So, and also, but they don't care about material formalities. Now, if you see, Lord Shiva never had any children through Mother Parvati. Just like the way we have a father will beget children through mother, right? It's not like that. So what happened one time, Lord Mother Parvati was all alone, and she was now it is said that I'm not sure which scripture it is, but the moral is this one same. Just take the essence. She said that she was feeling a little bit lonely, and she was taking bath with what do you call that that floor, the dove, and then while she taking bath with that floor, she made a form of a beautiful boy, and then she actually empowered it to come into life. She actually gave life to the doll she made, and he becomes Ganesha. Okay, and we know how Mother Parvati told because Lord Shiva goes to do tapasya for many months, and she goes out and she doesn't come back to home. So Mother Parvati was all alone. She created this Ganesha, and then she gave life to Ganesha, and then told Ganesha, see, like I'll be taking care of my things here. You just be at the door, and God see to that nobody enters toward this side. Nobody comes toward this side. And Ganesh was standing there and guarding the door. And at that point of time, Lord Shiva returned from his uh, tapovan, means like the place of tapasya, and then tried to enter into the place where Mother Parvati was there. But he was stopped by Ganesh. And Ganesh was very, because Ganesh doesn't know that Lord Shiva is his father, and Lord Shiva doesn't know that Ganesh is his son. And what happened? Ganesh gave a very harsh response, and that how he got rid of the head, and then Mother Parvati comes to know that, and she was very much upset. And to please Mother Parvati, Lord Shiva puts the elephant head to the Ganesha and brings back into the life. So that is the story of Ganesha. And one time, what happened? Like these demigods, they don't have whenever they have to fight with asuras, they don't have the commander. Hmm? And they don't have a commander, they don't have the person to fight and win the war against the demons, because that time demons become very powerful. And Lord Shiva is doing intense tapasya. Hmm? And Mother Parvati was serving him, and with devotion and all. But it is said that the only person who could be a best commander for the Devaganas is the son of Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva. But they went to Lord Shiva and they prayed to Lord Shiva. And when they prayed to Lord Shiva, yes, I will beget a child and send it to you, like that it says. But some of the demigods, what happened? Not only some of the demigods also thought of, Lord Shiva is the Yogeshwara, he is the best among the yogis, and he is the supreme personality of Godhead. And he has been tapasya for many years. And Mother Parvati was very chaste lady and serving her husband. She also got lot of potential, lot of pativrata bal, means that the spiritual potency. And Lord Shiva also got so much of spiritual potency. But if these two powers come together, the person that is going to come will be unstoppable, and nobody will be able to control him. What they did, they requested Lord Shiva, don't actually impregnate Mother Parvati, just do something else. And Lord Shiva says, okay, no problem. Then he let his Tejas into the bushes. So then the potency into the what do you call that? Some grass. I don't remember exactly the name. Some grass bushes, and from the grass bushes was not able to handle it, and then Mother Earth, and then water, and then air, and all those things tried to handle the potency of Lord Shiva, and they are not able to handle it. And finally, some of the uh, tribal ladies, they found him. They found a child in the bushes of the grass, and they cared for him. They nourished him, and and he was Kartikeyan. Okay, I don't exactly. I'm not able to recall all the terms exactly. So what the essence is, Lord Shiva begot Kartikeyan, and Mother Parvati begot Ganesha, and they both accepted the child of each person. Like, they both accepted Ganesha, they both accepted Kartikeyan as their family. And if you see their vehicles also, like Lord Shiva rides on a bull, and Mother Parvati rides on a lion. So bull and lion, like, bull will be killed by the lion for its purpose, and Lord Shiva has Vasuki in his neck, and Ganesha rides on mouse, and mouse is the food for Vasuki, and Kartikeyan rides on the peacock, and peacock will feed on snakes. So basically, there is Jativarya. Jativarya means the enmity of species. Okay, is there in the vehicles of Lord Shiva's family, but they all actually uh, stay together and live together in the same place, and then uh, they uh, they set an exemplary family setup. Okay, so such is the renunciation of Lord Shiva and the devotion of Mother Parvati. And Lord Shiva basically from right from the beginning of the creation, when he was created as Rudra from the eyebrows of Brahmaji, he just took birth, and when Brahmaji says you start creating, because Lord Shiva immediately started creating, but he was able to create only the ghostly personality, because he actually came or appeared as anger. So then Brahma says, you stop creation, you go and do tapasya. Then Lord Shiva from that time onwards, he was doing tapasya only. He was doing meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead only. So, such is the position of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is faultless. Lord Shiva is very fully renounced, and he is concerned. He is not concerned about any materialistic position. Like in the other class, Yugal was saying, right? In the example of Daksha thought the 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 Havis, the oblations that is offered in the yajnas, which are received by the demigods, is the greatest thing that they can think of. So that's why Daksha tried to curse Lord Shiva that he will not have any share in the oblations that they receive from the sacrifices. But for Lord Shiva, it's a disturbance. Whenever they wanted something, whenever they have some materialistic desire, they perform yajna and they try to fulfill that yajna. And every time they perform yajna, Lord Shiva has to go there and then accept the oblations. It's a disturbance for Lord Shiva for his meditation. In fact, in this yajna also, Lord Shiva was sitting there. For example, just the way uh, I was listening to Radhesham Prabhu. Radhesham Prabhu says, everybody of us to always have to have bead bag in your neck. It's not like you finish your 16 rounds and then put the bead bag and then save it somewhere until next day morning. That is not our culture. Our culture is always carry bead bag with us. And whenever it gets 2 minutes time, immediately start chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You not even waste a minute. We are not even waste a little bit of time anywhere, even walking, waiting, or not, even something listening to something which is unimportant. We just take out put our hand in the bead bag and start chanting Krishna's name. That should be that's how we should utilize this uh, human form of life. So Lord Shiva also, even though even though like no, like whatever Aisham Prabhu said is from the examples of our acharyas and the characters in Srimad Bhagavatam, I was just relating that we can correlate with what Lord Shiva is doing. So Lord Shiva was sitting in the assembly of all the demigods who came for the sacrifice, and he was meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead without any concern for externals. He is oblivious to what's happening outside. So at that point, Daksha enters into the assembly, and everybody gets up. For Lord Shiva, getting up and respecting Daksha is nothing, but he was totally lost himself. He was in samadhi by meditating on Lord Krishna or Vishnu or Sankarshan, whoever meditates upon. And Daksha took as an offense and cursed Lord Shiva. And curse, what kind of curse Lord Shiva do? Daksha do to Lord Shiva. You are not eligible to marry my daughter, and he blasphemed so and so. And finally, the conclusion of the curse is you will not have any share in the oblations that are offered in sacrifices. Hmm? So for that, Lord Shiva will be very grateful. I don't have to go to any sacrifice. I don't have to hear all those nonsensical desires. Like that, he will be very happy. Hmm? But Daksha thought it is the highest thing that one can have. So it is like when we analyze the renunciation of Lord Shiva, we have to have this conception. We do some services, or we do some duties, and then we expect to have a position, to have some name, fame in the devotion circle. Raghunath Das Goswami says that it is like a stool of a pig. The name, fame, and any materialistic expectations out of the devotional service or out of uh, uh, um, our while performing our seva or our devotion towards Krishna, when we expect all these materialistic things as name, fame, and goodwill, material prosperity, all those things, it is like a stool of a pig, a pig or hog. Okay, what does pigs generally do in the streets of town? They or a village, they eat stool, and that stool recycles and comes out of the stool of a pig. That is means worst possible stool is pig of a stool, stool of a pig. Sorry, this is the example given by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So I'm just repeating it. Please forgive me for taking this. But I'm not qualified the way Maharaj expresses it. Means any kind of expectation of name, fame, or glorification. Of course, Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, they glorify anybody, all the devotees all the time. But to think ourselves as eligible or deserving or expecting that kind of respect or expecting that kind of honor is like expecting the stool of a pig. Such is the worst thing that any possible person can expect anything. So here Daksha is of that nature. He is expecting, everybody respected him. One person, that too his son-in-law, that too is seated and lost in the meditation. Even Brahmaji didn't find any offense, and Brahmaji didn't even expect that Lord Shiva should get up. And he's taking so much of offense and cursing what? Cursing that you will not have any oblations in the sacrifice. And this enraged Nandishwara. So here one thing we have to see. Okay, Nandishwara is under the protection of Lord Shiva. Who is the spiritual authority of Nandishwara is like Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the spiritual master of Nandishwara, and like spiritual master, and actually the master of Nandishwara. Nandishwara took Lord Shiva didn't take any offense when the Daksha blasphemed and cursed Lord Shiva and left the sacrificial area. And Lord Shiva didn't take any offense. Nandishwara was listening to it. But and after everything is done, Lord Shiva also simply got up and left, even without caring for anything. He didn't even utter a word. And he didn't even look at the demigods or look at the sages. What are you doing? This person is blaspheming me. You can't hear. I'm faultless. Like that. He didn't even try to say anything. He didn't even try to justify him, anything like that. He just walked away, as if nothing has happened. So, but Nandishwara took very serious offense. How can these persons, the Brahmanas, sages, demigods who are sitting here, can tolerate the offense of the most exalted personality, Lord Shiva? And he started cursing of one person after another person after another person. So basically, Nandishwara, in one sense, he didn't do anything wrong. Because one should never tolerate the offense towards any Vaishnava. Actually, one can tolerate the offense towards anybody or for ourselves. Somebody comes and offends us, it's well and good, we can tolerate. But if somebody is unnecessarily blaspheming or finding faults with other Vaishnavas, we should act upon it. That is the proper utilization of the aspect of violence. Like it is said that, right, if anybody offends a Vaishnava, there are two options. You either should kill that person or you kill yourself, or if you can't do both, you at least immediately you have to close your eyes and leave that place. So Nandishwara here means like not killing means literal killing. It can be like if you chastise that person, that is as good as killing. Okay. So Nandishwara now, after hearing the blasphemy of Lord Shiva, he cursed Daksha to have goat head, and then he cursed all the demigods, and he cursed all the sages assembled there. So, in one sense, Nandishwara did right thing. There is no fault in Nandishwara's cursing all these people. But if you see the mood of Lord Shiva didn't care for anything. His master just left like that. So, and Nandishwara also is the person responsible for all the Shaivites to get a curse. Because later on, Prabhu, he takes the Nandishwara's cursing Brahmanas as an offense. He curses all the Shaivites. All Shaivites become all atheistic people. You'll all become atheistic and you will not have any direction like that. He curses. Because Nandishwara didn't actually took the mood of Lord Shiva. He actually followed the Vaishnava etiquette, but he didn't. But Nandishwara cursing demigods and sages and all the people assembled in the sacrificial arena didn't please Lord Shiva. So even in our spiritual life, when we do something, first we have to see that does it pleases our spiritual authority. Like for example, somebody or should not take up anything or everything for ourselves unless that is assigned to us by our spiritual authority. So Rasur was saying that time one day in his class, he's saying that, right? Any service that is not assigned by the spiritual master, but if we take up the service and do, then we are gratifying our ego. So basically, we see some devotees, right? Like they actually push or what do you call them? Force themselves into the activity. Some event is happening. That person goes and forces themselves so that everybody will care about it. It is the center of the attraction in that arena. So any event or any program is happening, unless our spiritual authority grants, okay, you can go and do this service, we should not do that. We should not try to highlight ourselves. We should not try to glorify. That is our subtle glorification. By doing the service, by taking up the services which are not asked for by other Vaishnavas or especially our spiritual authority, we are simply gratifying our false ego. Yes, I am the controller. I have the power to give you, like that kind of mentality. So that is not very much appreciable. So I'm not saying Nandishwara is at fault here, but you can take a lesson. You can take it as a lesson. Like one time recently, I had this issue that one of the devotee forcing into the other person's program and then trying to control it, trying to. His intention was, I'm helping this person, I'm helping these people. But the people that were actually who are actually conducting the program, they are feeling it a lot of disturbance due to his presence and due to his dealings. So that is a good lesson for us not to like force ourselves into others' dealings. Okay. So that's what I can think of. Anybody have any questions or comments? You can take already 9, 10. Hare Krishna. Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay. Online, anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, we'll get Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Sri Prabhupada ki Jai Ananda Puttavachan Pinda ki Jai. Thank you all, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.